So it all comes down to this. We are ready, and Super Bowl 58 off and running from New Orleans.
Here we go, Shaq. Hurt. 70 Timberwolf. Ready, go.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
Buffalo 18.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
79 Bronco.
Herbert now. Flushed out right. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 25 yards that time. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stress the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Falcons' 33-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
Mustang 19.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Grady Jarrett able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They're spotted at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game. But sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 45-yard line.
yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Smash! Smash! Ready!
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Down!
Back-to-back good
60
plays
red.
have him on the
60
move
red.
on first
Jack
down.
red. Jackrabbit! Set! Go!
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Set!
2nd and 11.
95. Red, cycle! Set! Cut!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
Ready, break!
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
Now we're ready for the first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Ready!
And this
Here we
may
go,
be
here we
a
go.
big early
45,
turning
white.
point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go
Steal,
for it on
black.
4th down here.
Ready, go!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Ultra, ultra. Ready, ready.
Steps away to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Chargers nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready! 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Let go.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
That's good.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. Roll up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Got the man, that's David Njoku, the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
It's a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. They're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Brings up second and 5.
Cheetah. Set, go.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Shorts on the reception over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
First and 10.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. Second and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Let's go. Panther Street. Hiking 18. Go.
On second down, Eckler.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Brings up third and 6.
Ready, go.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Pioneer. 18 Cardinal. Hustle, let go.
Here is Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
And inches.
Here we go, Shaq. 70 Timberwolf.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Solid blocking up front from the guys guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards there and a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
The 45-yard line.
Let's go now. 52 blue. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. Open man is Ross, complete. That catch good for only a couple. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Here we go.
2nd down and 8.
Green. Set. Go.
That's caught over the middle by Hurst. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we
Ball
go.
up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hut. Go. Hey. Green. Set. Hut.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And on that one, the production just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Needle blue. Ready, go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Pass midfield, look out. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set.
Back about set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Tillery able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. The play action fake. They look to throw. Behind his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Set, go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
Hey, check that, check.
It's Eckler again. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Go.
Going on the ground with Eckler. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Once more, here's Eckler. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
19, Tiger. Come 19, come 19. Hustle, hustle.
After the run, now Herbert to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Third quarter, Super Bowl 58. Here's a 2nd and 10 now. On the ground, it's Eckler, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Go.
Gonna throw on 3rd down with Herbert. This completes to Henry over the middle. And he is going to have the Chargers' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
49-yard line.
Let's get a poppin', let's get a poppin'. Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, go.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play. And then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off. And he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour. Running on first down, Eckler. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run here with Eckler. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now it's Herbert. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's in. for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chargers can now take the lead with the extra point. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here we go. 45. White. Set cut.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The tackle by Kenneth Murray.
Ready,
That's a
go.
gain of 3.
He'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I think that's like a lot of shoulders just dropped there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, blue. Drill green. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Let's go.
Pass protection
Yellow,
has been a
22.
problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
White. Yellow, go. Set, go.
Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Slice blue. Zoom black. Go red. Hey, red. Fury, yellow. Sad, hut.
Going deep downfield for Ross. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Ready.
The last run
30,
got 6.
yellow.
Now 2nd and 4.
Steal. Check steal. Ready, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Flip it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go.
So it's
Set.
Falcon football as we welcome you back. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score.
Ready.
They'll try and run for 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Go.
Back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. Set. Go.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2.
Go.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead.
Chargers 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, go.
Now Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard.
19 Tiger.
The tackle made just shy of midfield.
19
It's a
tight.
gain of
19
9.
tight.
Brings up
Let go.
2nd and a yard.
Now Herbert. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as you understand where they are on the field?
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Go! 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. hurt.
He'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
And 1 at the 34-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Herbert now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.